All right. I got a special one for you guys today. We're gonna do an hour of trash talking stories by Larry Bird. I hope you enjoy the Larry Bird series. Those that are new to the channel, my name is Skeester. Love the game of basketball. This channel is specifically about like taking a time travel back to the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and we're gonna go down the line of every NBA legend, right? And then upon request, you guys could comment down below which legends you want me to react to. But this is a sports specific channel. So hit that subscribe button for more highlights, stories, trash talking. And without further ado, let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into it.
If you put all of us in a room, Magic, Jordan, myself, and Bird probably be the guy who walks out of the room at the end of the day.
He'll give it to you any way he wanted to.
If you put all of us in a room, Magic, Jordan, myself, and Bird probably be the guy who walks out of the room at the end of the day.
He'll give it to you any way he wanted to.
Puts it on the floor, throws it up, and hits it. Seconds, two, Bird, a runner. It's good!
He was the most motivated player I ever saw.
Larry Bird would probably beat LeBron one year.
He's not probably gonna beat him. He's going. I understand what Gilbert Arenas just said. He's not probably going to. He's going to. To be honest, man, out of all the NBA legends, all the great players, all the just the catalog of players that came through the league, man, Bird is different. And that's coming from a guy who grew up on MJ. MJ was number one on my GOAT list. But just recently watching these highlights of Bird, it speaks for itself. I'm putting Bird over anybody, any player, one on one. He's beating LeBron. Come on, man. He's beating LeBron.
Larry Bird is one of the biggest trash talkers ever.
Larry Bird wasn't just a basketball genius. He was a verbal assassin with an arsenal of trash talk so sharp it could leave Hall of Famers questioning their careers. Bird didn't just play the game, he owned it. Whether you were a rookie, a legend, or someone who dared to think you could hang with him, Bird would dismantle you with words, then back it up with buckets.
Here's Bird going for three, and he has it.
Pat Riley once said he'd trust Michael Jordan to take a shot to save a game, but if his life was on the line, he'd take Larry Bird.
Turnaround, hit.
That's because Bird was terrifyingly, stoically unstoppable. And today, we're diving into the stories that made Bird a legend in ways stats never could. The one-liners, the psychological warfare, and the moments that left even the greatest players speechless. These are the moments that didn't just make him a legend, they made him Larry frickin' Bird. Let's start with the glove, Gary Payton. A man known for his own trash-talking brilliance, Payton didn't hand out compliments lightly. But even he had to admit Larry Bird was on another level. Payton recalled Bird strolling onto the court, locking eyes with him, and delivering this legendary line.
Bird used to tell me, look here, man. I'm gonna go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that corner. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open. All that shit. He was the coldest dude I ever seen with that shit, man. Everybody be talking about these greats. They don't be always mentioning him. He was the shit. Yeah. The shit, man. He'll give it to you any way he wanted to. Any way he wanted to. Larry Bird was cold. Cold dude, man. Real cold.
If Bird could crush trash talkers like Payton, you can imagine what he did to the rest of the league.
By him and dunks it.
Take Charles Barkley, for example. Barkley's favorite Bird story happened during an All-Star game, and it's the perfect example of Bird's confidence.
It's the All-Star game. I forget what city's in, and I'm sitting there with one of my teammates, Leon Wood. It was a great three-point shooter. Larry Bird comes in last, and he says, "Hey, which one of you guys gonna come in second?" And it was just like y'all did right there. It was so quiet. And after that, I said, oh man, these guys ain't got no chance.
Give me your best Larry Bird. I wasn't around long because he was hurt when I was playing that first year or second year. But I just remember one quick thing. We were playing against him, and I think I stole the ball from him. And I just remember him turning around saying, "You little piece of." And I was like, that, to me, that was Larry Bird. And I was so happy because I'm like, that Larry Bird told me you're a little piece of. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I idolized Larry Bird.
Oh man, Larry Bird, man, the trash talking. I gotta get back to this right here, man. It don't look right on Kenny. What year was this? Cause ain't no way. I think that's implant or a wig or something. Hey, let me know down in the comment section. Hey, but the story, hey, if Larry Bird call you that, man, take it as a compliment. Man, oh man, take it as a compliment, cause ain't no way, man. Bird trash talk stories are just hilarious to listen to. But for those that don't know, man, like myself coming into this, yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. The trash talking stories, he's gonna tell you what he's gonna do, where he's gonna do it, and he's gonna back it up. That's different. It's not vulgar trash talking. It's not, disrespectful. Man, this is crazy.
And the next time I came, I said, okay, now they're down to the nitty gritty. Who's coming in second? You already know who's going to win this. And I got lucky because I almost got beat in the first round.
But what was the reaction after you said that? Like, oh, that's just Larry Legend, or did it get dead silence in there?
It was silence. I think they were a little nervous.
I like it.
I think they were nervous.
And then the walk off with your hand up. I mean, come on, Coach. Come on.
Well, I was struggling in that final round in Chicago. I know that. And I just got hot there the last 2.5 racks. You know, when you're shooting them, you don't know what the score is.
Right.
But I had a feeling by the way the crowd was going, I had to make the last one. And when I let it go, I felt it. Sometimes you shoot them, you think they're going in, they don't. But that one there looked perfect all the way. So if it would have bounced out, I would have felt like an idiot.
Well,
but it went in, I got lucky and got the check and went home.
Byron Scott's first encounter with Larry Bird wasn't just a game. It was a psychological masterclass. It's one of those moments that sounds too good to be true, except it really happened.
What a play by Bird.
So we playing him in the last play. He says to James Worthy, he says, you guys don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go right over there that corner. He said, they're going to set a screen for me. We're taking the ball out. He said, I'm going to curl right over. And he's telling us to play.
He's telling us
to play before they even take it out. He said, I'm going to go right over to that corner and I'm going to catch it and I'm going to shoot it and I'm going to tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be. They take the ball out, and I think it was either Danny or
DJ,
the late, great DJ.
Yeah.
Take the ball out. The man curl right to the corner, caught the shot, shot a three,
and
game over.
Open his aim. Bird goes for 3.
It's like, are you effing kidding me? It's my Larry Bird story.
Larry didn't just tell you what he was going to do, he made sure you watched him do it. Isaiah Thomas learned real quick that Larry Bird wasn't just a trash talker, he was an equal opportunity offender. On the All the Smoke podcast, Isaiah shared a moment that had him completely floored.
Larry used to always call me Cheesy, right? He's like, Cheesy, who guard me? And I was like, I got Kelly, I got Lem, I got Benson. He's like, you ain't got no brothers? He's like you. He's like you.
Disrespecting me.
That's what he said.
Up.
That's exactly what he said. He said, hey man, you can't put no white dude on me. Hey. That is straight disrespect. Right? He said, don't put no white dude on me.
For Kenny Smith, he recounted a story from Brad Daugherty that takes Larry's confidence to another level, right into absurd territory.
Brad Daugherty told me this story when he was second year in the league and they were in the playoffs against the Celtics. Down one, Larry Bird catches the ball in the deep corner and he steps back for a three. And before he takes the three, he's like, oh wow, he's going for the win. He's not going for the tie. And so Brad Daugherty runs out and he head fakes him. And as he head fakes him, now it's 3-2, he hits him on the butt with the ball, and then he shoots it at the buzzer.
and the confidence that hit him on the butt as he flew by him trying to block a shot.
Larry Bird catches the ball in the corner, and I take off running out at Larry Bird. And right when he's getting ready to shoot, I jump. And as I go by, him, he tells me, he says, "Fly, Bird." And I go right by him, and he shoots the ball. It's nothing but nylon.
But for James Worthy, guarding Larry Bird wasn't just a physical challenge, it was a mental marathon.
I'd much rather guard Michael Jordan than Larry Bird because you have to play the game as a thinker when you're playing him. You have to get inside his mind. Larry wasn't quick, couldn't jump really high, but there was just some sleepless nights.
Larry's IQ and trash talk combined to make him a nightmare matchup. Worthy didn't just have to guard Bird's shot, he had to guard his brain. And then there's Dominic Wilkins, who got a very Larry Bird welcome to the NBA.
And I'm a rookie, and I go up against, we small forwards because guys guarded each other back in Ireland. You couldn't duck each other. And so I go shake his hand, and he put both hands behind his back. And I'm saying, okay, he's getting his head ready to play. And first play of the game, he says, "I don't know where they got you guarding me, Holmes." And he shoots a 3. I was pissed. I said, I wasn't mad he hit the 3, but there's some bitch that's called me Holmes, And so it's set up for a really interesting game. Because I remember one time I came down and I dunked it on him. He laying on the ground, he fouled me, and I'm pointing.
Ooh. That's a good get back by Neek. Ooh. That's a wee. Okay. That's one way to gain the respect of your opponent right there. Dang, that's a statement dunk, man. I gotta see it one more time. Hold on.
He laying on the ground, he fouled me, and I'm pointing.
And the foul will be on Larry.
And he said, "Hey, Rook." I said, "What?" He said, "What?" He said, "I like you. You got, he said, you got balls, but I'm still going to get 30 on your ass."
Oh, man.
He got about 38, but I had to pay my dues. I wasn't upset about that because, back then, as a rookie, you got to pay your dues. Simple as that.
Terrell Brandon had his own unforgettable encounters with Larry Legend, and for him, the experience was as mentally taxing as it was physical.
How can a person jump this high and out-rebound you? How can a person just move you that way and make you a deficiency?
Right.
How can a person jump and when we practice, he would be running around Boston Garden while we was practicing.
That was psychological.
And we was watching him running around in the Boston Garden. And it was like, why are you running?
One game against the Cleveland Cavaliers still gives Brandon chills. Bird was in the zone, draining shots with such precision, it felt unfair. Brandon described it perfectly.
It was 91-92 season, and we was playing the Boston Celtics. It was Bird, McHale, Parrish, the great 3, Ainge, and we was up 1. Okay? He said, "Who's guarding me?" As we come out of timeout. Now remember, I'm a rookie because Price is out because he hurt.
Right.
He says, "Who's guarding me?" I says, "Craig Elo." He says, "Why you got that white boy on me?"
What's up with these I remember Bird said he was playing with the brothers. Wait for them to get off work and stuff like that. What's up with what is it that I don't know about him? And he just call it like, why you got these white boys on me, man? That is crazy.
Don't put no white boy on me.
He said that was the most.
Now remember, Larry Bird is
It's
white.
disrespectful.
He said, "I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna get in the corner. Dennis Johnson gonna pass it to me, and I'm gonna hit the last second shot, and it's over."
Come on, man.
So I'm like, I told Joe Wood, I said, "Hey man, listen, the ball is going to Larry Bird. Everybody knows the ball's going to Larry Bird.
Right.
Just do whatever you can. Craig, Gerald, just cover him."
Right.
All Bird did was go like this. See, it's leverage. It's not how strong you are sometimes. It's leverage. Yeah. He said, now look how hard that is. Yeah. Now somebody strong can go, yeah. Right? Right. Right. You see how your demeanor went? That's all I need, TB.
Right. Enough space to catch the ball. Yeah.
And you know his fingers was all broke.
Right.
He hit the shot. All his chemical, all them, he was getting them off of him like this. He walked off and said, legend.
Hey guys, I got some merch. We got some merch in the house. I'm gonna link it down in the description and also in the comment section. These were personally designed by myself, and also I worked with a graphic designer. Here are a couple of mock-ups as well. Jesus, the way, the truth, the life. That design was personally designed by me. Also, another design is this one right here. Jesus is the real king. That was personally designed by myself. This one right here is a personal message to men. We need Jesus. We need masculinity and godly men in the world, because it's going to be a better place. Fathers, husbands, we need order. The broken family is not working. We need to come back to the order, God's design. Here's this one, no pornography. It was an addiction that I dealt with, and I wanted to put it on a t-shirt. Here's this one, love. God is love, and because we love is because from God himself. And here's another one. Here's another design, fathers matter. I don't care what the government say. Of course, it's another message for broken homes. We don't want broken homes. Here's another one right here, and it'll be in the description box, and it'll also be in the comment section. So let's get back to the video.
That's the thing about Larry. He didn't just want to win. He wanted to make sure you remembered how he beat you. Even the nicest guys weren't safe from Larry's trash-talking wrath. Just ask Clark Kellogg.
Well, you were too nice. I'm sure Larry Bird didn't trash talk you because you're a nice guy.
He was non-discriminatory in regards to who got.
Wait, what would he say to you? You're one of the nicest guys on the planet. What could
Well, I didn't get the brunt of it, as I've heard over the years. Get your hands off of me. It's going to be a long night. That kind of stuff. You can't guard me. And he would do it like a ventriloquist, because you couldn't see his mouth move.
Was that because of the mustache?
That may have been part of it. But man.
Whatever it was, Bird's trash talk was as subtle as it was devastating. For all the fire and competitiveness in their rivalry, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird always kept their trash talk lighthearted, but still razor sharp. Speaking at a conference, Magic shared one of his favorite Larry Bird moments.
You DJ coming down, right, with the ball. Oh, great, DJ, that's good. So pass it to Larry, he's in that corner. So as you pass to Larry, my first job was to stop you first, right? Now I gotta go out and close Larry Bird out. So as I'm running out to Larry Bird, he's talking trash to me. I don't know why you're running out here. Who says that in the middle of the game? He said, I'm gonna wait till you get one step away from me and I'm gonna shoot it right in your face. No, true story. So I got one step away. He shoots it all net. 3-pointer, good. Then he turned to me and said, you did all that running for nothing.
That was Larry Bird in a nutshell. Confidence and execution rolled into one. Kevin McHale had a front row seat to Larry Bird's greatness, having played alongside him for his entire career. But one of his favorite Bird stories came from a game where things weren't exactly going Larry's way.
We were playing in Phoenix, and we were way up. We were like 15, and we have the worst fourth quarter in the history. We're terrible, and Larry's bad. Larry's missing shots, throwing it to the other team, throwing it in the third row, and they come back and somehow they go up too. So we have a play, out of bounds play. I'm taking it out, and Larry says, I'm going to bust off the play, and I'm just going to come out and I'm going to shoot a three. And I'm like, we're down 2. I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm like, let's shoot it 2, please. Go to the hole, try to get fouled. Let's just get into overtime, see if we can't win this game. And Larry says, nah, I'm just going to bust a 3 on him. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. So he tells the Phoenix bench, he tells the coaches, yeah, I'm just fixing to bust a 3 on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this. And he gets the ball, jumps out, busts the play, comes out, gets the ball to the slot, shoots the ball. As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, told you so. He stopped running to the locker room. And it went
This
in.
guy.
And I just started laughing. I was like, oh, man. You know, it's just one of those ones where you just kind of, he has such supreme confidence. And it was just, but that's the one when you're back in and Larry went in and said, well, I won the game in the first 3 quarters, then I lost it in the third quarter, or the fourth quarter, excuse me. Then I won it at the end. He goes, my record tonight is 2-1. We all just kind of laughed about it.
I still love when he says to Xavier McDaniel, X, I'm going to get the ball right here, and I'm going to take a jumper right in the face. I'm going to make it. And then he gets the ball, takes the shot right in front of Xavier McDaniel and makes the shot, you know, and X tells the story. He's like, he did exactly what he was telling me he was going to do.
Yeah, you know, the other thing I laugh about too is, remember Anthony Mason, just the kind of the point forward power guy, just big, strong guy. We're playing. He's in New Jersey now. They call him up and from the D League or the CBA or whatever it was called back then. And he's sitting out there, and man, that guy's like, you know, he's got, you know, muscles everywhere. So before the game, Larry looked at him. He goes, "Hey, Kevin." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Look at this guy, man." And he's standing. He goes, "Look at all those muscles." And, you know, and Anthony Mason's just standing there, kind of posing. And then Larry looks at him and goes, "Yeah, all those muscles aren't going to help you tonight." He said, "I'm going to bust you up." And Larry would shoot the ball and yell "muscles" when he was shooting it.
Oh man!
And, I just kind of laughed about it. You know, he was a piece. That's what I tell people.
Wow.
Larry is a funny guy. He makes fun of himself. He's self-deprecating. Larry is a lot different than you see the button-down Larry that he is in public. Is a lot different than the Larry that we saw all the time. And
even on an off night, Larry Bird could control the game with his words just as much as his play.
Bird, reverse layup for 2.
Patrick Ewing grew up hearing all the usual cliches about Larry Bird. He can't jump, and he's not athletic. But when Ewing faced Bird on the court, he realized just how wrong those narratives were.
Come up with it. Bird, little up fake. Basket will count the foul.
What a shot. Just took Patrick Ewing right out of the play, made him back up to where the...
Ewing, laughing about his first encounter with Bird, recalled calling his friends back home.
You know, I remember, you know, like I was saying, growing up in Boston, people all used to always talking about that he can't jump, he can't do this, he can't do that. And, you know, a lot of my friends was like that, you know. So, I got to the league. I called all my friends back up. I said, you know, all that trash that you were talking, you need to squash all that. This man is great. He can, whatever you were saying for a man who can't jump, he's demolishing everybody.
So your guys are saying, how can you let this guy? Punk?
He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on the best defensive players in the league.
What Bird lacked in athleticism, he more than made up for with his IQ, skill, and unrelenting drive.
What an outstanding play, and Lee Jones didn't see it.
Ewing learned quickly that Bird was an unstoppable force. Even Karl Malone, one of the most physically dominant players in NBA history, has his own Larry Bird tale to tell. And trust me, it's a classic. Malone recently shared a story that perfectly captured Bird's legendary mix of skill and swagger.
I remember sitting on the bench watching Kevin McHale and Larry Bird. And Larry Bird did something. To me, I'm still marveled at this. And he got so many people. It was a timeout. And one of our teammates, Bart Kofold, had a camera. Right. He's taking pictures. So Larry Bird came over there and looked at our bench. And he said, 3-pointer. From right over here. So I'm sitting over there looking like that Babe Ruth calling your shot already, right?
Yeah.
So Isaiah, I'm sitting there looking. He looked down at the floor. Hell, everybody looked down at the floor. He like he threw something. And he hit a 3.
Can you believe that?
And I remember Kevin kind of looking over at the bench like this is going to be a long night.
Brian Shaw came into the NBA hearing the usual Bird stereotypes. He's just a white guy who can't jump, not athletic, not that good. Like so many others, though, it didn't take long for Larry to change his mind. Shaw's wake-up call came during one of his first practices with the Celtics.
I was like, man, they letting this white boy who can't jump, who's not athletic, kill him like that. He ain't that damn good until I got there.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the first practices, he told me and Reggie Lewis, he said, I want to play you guys 1-on-2. up to 7, right? And so, like, come on, man. He was like, the only catch is I get the ball first. So me and Reggie look at each other. We like, yeah, all right, man, whatever. So the next thing you know, it's 6-0.
Yeah.
Right? We ain't even touched the ball yet. He hits his first 6 shots.
Yeah.
So when it got to be 6-0 and we go into 7, we like, because it would be like one of us would guard him and another one would be ready to try to get the rebound. So we was like, fuck that. We double teamed him. He finally missed. We got the ball. And then we just kind of played keep away from him. We end up coming back and winning 7-6. So then I was like, and that was one of my early experiences with him. I was like, okay, all right, he got a little bit more than what I thought he had. Then when we started playing, he was cooking everybody, but talking shit and telling them about it.
Even Gary Payton, one of the NBA's all-time great defenders, couldn't escape Larry Bird's mind games. Payton remembered a moment where Bird gave him a lesson he'd never forget.
We're playing him, and he told me, young fella, let me tell you something. I can shoot a jumper anywhere I want to. And he said, you supposed to be a great defender, right? He said, I'm going to make sure I tell you where I'm going to shoot the ball at. And I was like, man, come on now. You're not going to shoot the ball. And so he said, I'm going to take you over in that corner right there. You see it over there by my bench, right? And I'm going to give you something, and it's going to be this jumper. Right. And I said, shit, watch this. So all of a sudden, we playing, and I'm G'ing him up, and he slow balled me. That's where I got the slow ball. Put your back to your back like this, and his back was bad during this time. So he went right to that corner, and I'm up on him, I'm under him, and he said, young fella, what did I tell you I was going to do? And he turned around, raised up, looked around, it was all draws. And I said, shit, I ain't going to mess with you no more.
And then there's the time college star Rodney Rogers decided to test Larry Bird's patience with some trash talk. Jamal Mashburn remembers it vividly, and let's just say it didn't end well for Rogers.
When we got an invitation, it was 8 of us. It was myself, Bobby Hurley, Allen Houston, Chris Webber, Rodney Rogers, Eric Montrose.
Shout out
Eddie
Rodney
Martin.
Rogers, man. Shout out to OG.
Yeah. And Grant Hill was on that squad. So we get to La Jolla, San Diego, and we check into the Marriott. We go up to our floor, and we're walking in the corridor, and we see this tall white guy coming down the hall. And I'm like, damn, that looked like Larry Bird. So Larry Bird coming down the hallway, me and Chris Webber, and Larry Bird, you don't realize how big Larry Bird is until you stand up close to Larry Bird.
Exactly. As a
Larry Bird, legit 6'10".
Nah, real talk. When I first stood up against him when he was coaching the pace, I was like, damn.
So he walked by us and he says, y'all those college guys? And we was like, yeah, we the college guys. And he looked at us and he said, get some fucking rest. It's gonna be a long week, and walked off. And we was like, what the hell? Is this Larry?
What y'all got us into?
Yeah, I'm like, okay. You know, we like, all right, what's going on here?
I wanted to say what's up, and he just gave me like this, like, damn.
Yeah. So the next morning, we get up and we go to practice, and Roy Williams is our coach, but we only got 8. So we like, well, how are we practicing, and what are we practicing for? So we spent, I want to say, an hour doing the 3-man weave. And I'm like, what's going on here? Then they bus us to another location where the dream team is practicing. And these about 400 people standing outside waiting for the dream team to come out. They take us up to a top floor, and the dream team is practicing. They're finishing up their practice. And then they say, all right, get loose and stretch out. We're like, okay, we playing? They're like, yeah, we're gonna play next. So we get out the gates, like the first 15 minutes, we kicking their ass. we running them all out, Bobby Hurley in the lane, killing John Stockton. So they stopped the game and turned off the score. I think we were up like 72-66 or something, 64 or something like that. They just stopped the game. So we like, all right, was this halftime or some shit? They like, nah, the press coming in. So I'm like, oh wow. So that's when the thing came out that Chuck Daly let us win. Because they didn't want to hold a complete game because they knew it was going to be downhill from there. Because we were trying to prove that we could represent the country. Yeah. So we lit their ass up, and then something happened. We're sitting there, and we get back to the hotel. Rodney Rogers says something to, it's a group of them. It's Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and everybody's shooting the shit. And Rodney Rogers said, hey, Larry, you ain't hit a jumper since 84. Magic heard that shit. Ooh. And we ain't think none of it. The next day we came in, and I never seen this. And this one I was like, this is a different breed. Magic Johnson fed Larry Bird the ball probably about 8 times in a row down court. Larry Bird got the ball on Rodney Rogers, and every time he was about to make a move, he told him what he was going to do. One dribble, pull up, going left, off glass. One dribble, going right, spin, shot, bucket. He scored 9 times or 8 times in a row, left the court to go lay down because he couldn't sit on a bench. He had to lay down because of his back. And said, young fella, look like 84, huh?
Last time he made
Every move, every bucket became a statement. With all these legendary accounts, one thing becomes crystal clear. Larry Bird wasn't just respected, he was revered. Brazilian basketball legend Oscar Schmidt summed it up perfectly.
It's too easy to have Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant as an idol. The guy flies around and do whatever he wants. It's too easy. My guy doesn't run, doesn't jump, and play the best of everybody else. He's here.
Big respects, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. Big respect.
This is my idol, the best player ever, in my opinion.
For Nolan Richardson, his introduction to Larry Bird didn't come from a highlight reel or a game-winning shot. It was quieter, but just as unforgettable.
Going back, I never forget driving and I'm listening to a game. It's New Mexico State playing Indiana State. I don't really care about the game, but New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP. And we're big rivalries, so I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right. Bird. He makes the shot. Bird. I said, God damn, who is Bird? Bird. You know, here's Bird. And Bird this. And Bird. Oh, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. And when the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play.
Damn, that brother.
Hey, let me tell you something. When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn.
However, Shawn Kemp's story is more about survival than competition, because when Larry Bird stepped onto the court, he wasn't there to play, he was there to hunt. Kemp was a fresh-faced rookie when he got his first real taste of Bird's genius.
Who was the first person to bust your ass?
Man, I'm gonna keep this real with y'all, man. My ass got busted real early, man. I came into the league, man. I was 19. You know how some of them vets, man, they play you to the T, man. I got played down in Boston one night. We was playing Boston Celtics. So the great Larry Bird, I didn't really know much about it. I'm from Indiana. Larry's from Indiana. I knew about the history of Larry, but I didn't realize how he really got down. When we got to Boston that morning, I knew something wasn't right. I saw an X-Man, and he was limping around the court a little bit like he was sore. I figured he'd be all right,
Xavier McDaniel.
I figured he'd be all right by that time. I go to the game on the early bus. I get there. They come out on the court. They say, "Hey, Shawn, you starting tonight against Larry." And I was like, "What the hell?" I'm all for it, though, So the X-Man, he didn't play. He had a sore knee. But my point to you is this: Larry gave me 50 3/4.
Oh my!
There's the white flag right now. Bird on the 20-year-old Kemp takes a fall away. Oh, he's got 40.
He was hitting everything.
And he talked to me the whole entire game.
What did he say?
Well, first of all, he asked me to jump ball. He said, "You the cat that broke all my records in high school, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." He goes, "Yeah, you're the one that used to dunk my brother too, right? Eddie." And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." He said, "I got you tonight." So every shot he was calling, at the defensive end, he would tell me, he'd be like, "When I get down to the other end, I'm going to pump face you, get a hand one on you, look at you, go off the glass." That's how cold Larry Bird was.
But if you think that's bad, imagine the time Bird dropped a 40-point triple-double on Kemp, fueled by nothing more than a grudge over something the media wrote. Bird didn't just play the game, he used every slight, real or imagined, as fuel to destroy his opponents.
X-Man told a story on Tim Thomas and Scoop Beats podcast about Larry Bird talking shit to you, saying, I'm the best motherfucker in Indiana, put a 3 into my balls. That's true?
It is very true, but Larry, hey man, first of all, we got to Boston that night. He had some knee pain. I was like, "It's a hell of a time for you to come over to knee pain." I ain't going tonight. You got it. Yeah, you don't want to see that. Yeah, then I look at the boy on Shawn Kemp, Larry Bird, and I'm like, so I look in the mirror. I'm like, well, shit, man, I'm about to get this motherfucker fits out here tonight. So before the game, I was over there rubbing my hands, looking at him like, I'm about to get your ass, man.
What year was this for you?
This was my first year.
Oh, okay.
And that day, that morning they came out with a USA Today article, and they said that Larry didn't have it no more.
Ooh.
That's the definition of don't poke the bear, man. Damn, I like players. I like people like this. When you take the smallest thing and it jolts like your I don't know what, it's a mind game, right? Like you got something to prove. Like, yeah, I don't got it anymore. All right, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna show you. Like, you don't see that nowadays. And the reason I'm laughing is because the sensitivity of today, something is put out, somebody could be in their feelings and stuff. But to see this, that's the killer instinct, that mentality. Like, you take the smallest thing and it's going to help you prove them wrong, and you're going to continue to prove them wrong. Oh.
So he came out that night to make a statement, and I was just the prime candidate to be.
Yeah.
Before the game, he told me, he was like, he just shook his head at me. He said, "Man, It's gonna be a fucked up night for you.
So what did he put up?
I think he gave me 40, 46 and 3.
What'd you do?
Man, I had to find out, but I was on his ass. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I was on. He was actually calling out bank shots. He would say, next time, bank shot left side. I'm gonna pump fake you. Your dumb ass gonna go for it.
He would tell you that, and it happened.
And I said, first of all, I'm gonna be so close to you. If you shoot the ball next time, I'm gonna try to rip your fucking arm off your shot. And what you think he did, man? A quick pump fake, dog. And you go for that shit. He
got you,
man. Come on, man. Come on, Larry was.
How cold was? I don't think.
Man, I guarded his ass so tough. I guarded his ass so tough that after the game, he came. He sent a little letter over there to me. He was like, I've had nobody play defense that hard on me.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
He go, I appreciate you playing out here. Then he was like, I got a little All-Star game. Why don't you come work out with me? Come to All-Star game, man.
That's dope.
Let me see that summer. I was like, shit, that meant everything to me.
Yeah, that's dope.
You guys became friends after
Absolutely,
that. To this
man.
day?
Absolutely. So it went from him whooping my ass
right.
to him teaching me a few things.
I love that.
I surely appreciate it.
That's
and that's the old NBA. That's how it used to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
If Larry Bird's trash talk was a weapon, it was a sniper rifle, precise and devastating. No Larry Bird trash talk compilation would be complete without Xavier McDaniel's legendary story. Xavier McDaniel found that out the hard way during a game that came down to the wire.
During the timeout, I'm going through a play, and about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way? That's Larry. Hey, when he wants the ball, he wants the ball. After the timeout, we walked back on the court, and then Xavier was guarding him. So he tells Xavier, I'm getting the ball.
I said, I know I'm gonna be waiting. And he said, I'm gonna get it right here. I'm gonna shoot it right in your face.
5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. Larry Bird, just phenomenal the way that...
He shot a shot right in my face. And he was like, I didn't mean to leave 2 seconds on the clock. He wanted to shoot it with 0 seconds on the clock. I walked back to the sideline like, damn. We sit back out and have a beer out in the locker room, and we was maybe talking. It's like, white boy just lit you up. And I used to always say that, like to my friends, it's like, yo, is Larry really that good? I used to say like, yeah, that's the baddest white boy I ever played against. Another time it was when we was playing him here like 42. Kemp was a freshman. He told Sean Kemp that I'm the best player to ever come from Indiana and shot a 3-pointer in his face, all net. We was like, Larry Legend is at it again.
Ruthless. That's Larry Bird in a nutshell. Not just winning the game, but calling his shot, executing it, and letting you know exactly what just happened. Even Clyde Drexler, one of the game's smoothest scorers, wasn't immune to Larry Bird's confidence or his cruelty.
I was guarding in my rookie year. He looks at me and he goes, you can't stop me. And I looked at him and I said, gosh, boy, you're so confident. He was confident. You're a rookie. You don't know anything. He proceeded to score like 10 straight points on me. The coach took me out the game. He walks by and he's laughing at me.
For Dan Marley, his first experience guarding Larry Bird was less about defense and more about starstruck awe.
If I said you could have LeBron for 10 years or Larry Bird for 10 years?
Larry. And that's just my era. I grew up idolizing Larry Bird. It was funny, the first time that I played in my rookie year, I guarded Larry Bird, and it took me about 10 minutes to realize I should be probably guarding him instead of staring at him. And he came down, it was funny, he came down one time, and Mark West was the center on our team, and Larry looked at me, and then he looked at Mark, and he said, Mark, I'm going to go down, I'm going to come off the screen, I'm going to catch it right there, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to shoot it in the rookie's face, and then I'm going to run down the floor.
No matter where you play him, if that's your problem. Bird, he shot it with Marley, extended in 16.
And that's exactly what he did. And I'm sitting there, that just happened. That's pretty cool.
Even when Bird embarrassed you, it was hard not to be impressed. Charles Barkley always had a Bird story locked and loaded, but this one might take the cake.
I remember him, he was cursing under his breath. And I asked him, I said, Larry, what's going on with you? He says, you guys are being disrespectful to me. And I says, what are you talking about? He says, You guys are putting a white guy on me. That's disrespectful.
Wait, who's the white guy you put on it?
I can't remember who it was. I just started laughing. I had no comeback. When he says, it's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me. And I'm sitting there like, I'm laughing in the middle of a game. He says,
John Sally's first encounter with Larry Bird is the kind of story that's equal parts funny and humiliating. Imagine being 6'11", thinking you've got the size advantage, and then having Larry effortlessly dismantle you.
Man, too bad we didn't get you, Sal. I said, yeah, he goes, y'all double me tonight when I get the ball in the wing? I said, nah, man, straight up. He goes, y'all ain't double teaming me?
Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Nah, I got you, dog. You don't like height. He goes, mouse in the house.
And you 6'11".
And they lifted. He walked me down to the post, got the ball. He said, you better ask for a double team, Sal.
Talking to you the whole time.
And he would move at his speed.
Yeah,
I don't care how fast you think you are.
Right.
But that wasn't the end of Sally's Bird stories. In another moment, Larry continued to torment Sally, reminding him and everyone else why he was called Larry Legend.
But Larry was, he would talk and he would say, Sal, you better ask for a double team, bro. You know? And I was like, when are you going to keep when are you going to let these people know you're a black guy from Indiana? When are you going to do that? Stop this whiteness. What are you doing?
Yeah, but then he would have been just another black player, according to Dennis Rodman. Whoa! Callback or Isaiah.
Callback.
Yeah.
Callback.
Just another.
Was he so wrong? Was he so wrong?
So Bird would have been just another black player if he was black.
I remember when that happened, right?
I was there. I was there.
I know.
And I was like, oh my God.
Larry, a very, very good basketball player. I think he's an exceptional talent. But I'd have to agree with Rodman. If he was black, he'd be just another good guy.
That was a hot topic, though, John, at the time.
Yeah, it was a young rookie saying things, not understanding. Hey, they do the same thing.
The 1988 Eastern Conference semifinals between the Atlanta Hawks and Boston Celtics is the stuff of legend. While basketball is a team game, Game 7 turned into a one-on-one shootout between two icons, Dominique Wilkins and Larry Bird. Dominic vividly remembers the moment Bird shifted into overdrive.
I remember he only had 12 points going to fourth quarter. And it was Kevin Willis, it was me and Larry. We run down the court and Kevin reached across me and put his hands, and Bird said, don't let this so-and-so score anymore now. I'm like, what you doing?
Woke them up.
You don't wake up a sleeping giant. And his eyes got that big, man. I remember they took me out for a blow, and Kevin and Cliff Livingston came in the game, and he got hot. And the coach said, Nick, go out there, stop him. I'm like, stop him? He hot now. He forget that. That's the only thing I can do is try to match him bucket for bucket. And it was a shootout in the fourth quarter. It came down to the last shot.
And it wasn't just the volume of Bird's scoring. It was the sheer variety of his shots he was hitting.
Man, he was doing a little bit of everything. I don't know really what he was doing in that fourth quarter, but the stuff that he was doing, it was unbelievable, man. I mean, he was throwing left-hand shots, running hooks. His game was at another level. We was trying to match each other's will, and so it was just a game who was going to hit first.
But it wasn't just Bird's skill that stood out. It was his willpower. Dominic remembered Bird saying something that stuck with him.
I remember him saying that, and he said, you know, we both deserve to win, but somebody got to go home. And man, to his credit, man, he took the Celtics and put them on his back, and pretty much that was it. I mean, that was one of the greatest performances I've seen from a guy in those circumstances, because you're talking about seventh game in the playoffs.
Hey guys, I got some merch. We got some merch in the house. I'm gonna link it down in the description and also in the comment section. These were personally designed by myself, and also I worked with a graphic designer. Here are a couple of mock-ups as well. Jesus, the way, the truth, the life. That design was personally designed by me. Also, another design is this one right here. Jesus is the real king. That was personally designed by myself. This one right here is a personal message to men. We need Jesus. We need masculinity and godly men in the world because it's going to be a better place. Fathers, husbands, we need order. The broken family is not working. We need to come back to the order God's design. Here's this one. No pornography. It was an addiction that I dealt with and I wanted to put it on a t-shirt. Here's this one. Love. God is love. And because we love is because from God himself. And here's another one. Here's another design. Fathers matter. I don't care what the government say. Of course, it's another message for broken homes. We don't want broken homes. Here's another one right here. And it'll be in the description box and it'll also be in the comment section. So let's get back to the video.
Reggie Miller, one of the greatest sharpshooters the game has ever seen, didn't hold back when it came to Larry Bird. When asked who'd he choose in a hypothetical draft, Larry Bird in his prime or LeBron James, Miller didn't even hesitate.
Larry Bird at his best, LeBron James at his best.
Oh my God. And do we have to put the teams too, or just individual players?
If there's a draft,
oh my God,
you can take Bird or LeBron. So let's say I take Larry at this age when I think he averaged 30, 10, and 7, something like that, and LeBron right now. So you got Larry Legend
okay,
or
now
LeBron.
What rules are we playing to?
We're playing today's rules.
Oh, I gotta go with Larry Joe. I gotta go with Larry Joe. In today's rules, you can't touch them.
Yeah.
And Larry, so this is 27, 28-year-old Larry and 27, 28-year-old LeBron,
Yeah.
right? Or is he 30 now, right? 30.
Yeah.
So 30-year-old Larry, 30-year-old LeBron.
Okay, give me Bird.
I apologize for pausing, but come on. That's an easy answer to that. Today's rules, you taking a prime player, gotta take Larry. Larry is gonna eat and dominate. He dominated back then when it was physical. What makes you think he's not gonna do the same, if not even on a tremendous level? No disrespect to LeBron, greatness, but I'm taking Larry.
Bird stats at 30, Paulie.
At 30.
Because that was an MVP season, I think.
Yeah. Wow. 30 points a game, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block.
Can I answer that question now? Larry Joe.
Yeah. So
Larry
if he
Joe.
averaged 30 back then, you take Larry Joe.
Larry Joe for the win.
But Reggie isn't the only one who feels this way.
Larry Bird would probably beat LeBron one-on-one.
Really? Larry Bird would beat LeBron
One-on-one?
James one-on-one.
Because one-on-one, it takes away from everything LeBron has, right? His physical strength, his speed, right? And, you know, all that power he has going. Well, in one-on-one, you're talking about 1-2 dribbles. That's not his
pointers. And
that's not his game.
Yeah.
That's Larry's whole game. LeBron needs to back up, and then I'm going to use all my physical attributes to come at you. So now if the game started at the 3-point line, now you're talking about a whole different, I mean, if you're talking about half court, if it started at the half court and we have as many dribbles as we want, then it changes. Then LeBron just excels to probably, you know, number one-on-one player of all time, but it's usually, you know, spots, 1 dribble, 2 dribble pull up, 2 dribble get to the rim. That's not his game.
Miller emphasized Bird's versatility, unmatched basketball IQ, and relentless competitive fire. Coming from a guy who thrived in clutch moments himself, that's as high as praise gets. But Miller's respect for Bird wasn't just based on what he saw from the sidelines. He experienced it firsthand. He painted a vivid picture of what it looked like to face Bird at his peak, recalling one unforgettable moment.
And here comes Larry Bird. And Michael Williams is covered by Robert Parrish.
Reggie Miller painted the scene perfectly.
46, I remember it to this day, of the third quarter. It felt like a train in the middle of old Boston. That's how loud it was. The crowd was so loud, and I remember looking at Chuck, and we said to ourselves, "You're in trouble." Oh,
That's what we said.
When Bird got going, it wasn't just about his shot making. It was the way he electrified an entire arena. That presence, that aura, was something you felt before he even scored a point. Danny Ainge had the rare privilege of being Larry Bird's teammate, and he got to witness Larry's greatness and his trash-talking mastery up close. Bird wasn't just a phenomenal player, he was also a teammate who held everyone to a high standard.
Gets it ahead to Ainge.
Ainge recalled,
he was a great worker, a great teammate. He told me, like when he didn't think I was taking a good shot. I tell people all the time when they start complaining, oh, the coach doesn't believe in me, or the star player on our team doesn't believe in me. I go, bro, when I played with Bird, he'd pass it, he'd get double teamed, he'd throw me the ball, but if I miss three, I'm not coming back to me. You got to earn those shots. You do. You got to earn the respect of your coach and your star players all the time. You got to earn that respect. Every game you got to be reliable and dependable. And that was what I loved about Bird.
On Trash Talking, Ainge revealed another layer of Bird's personality.
Larry was a quiet guy, and he wasn't like a loud and obnoxious personality. But he had a great sense of humor, and he was a character. And most of the time, his trash talking, it seemed like it was for motivation. It wasn't like he was just always trash talking to everybody. It was spotty, but when he did it, it was big.
Right.
Like is Xavier McDaniel story where, I'm going to shoot it fake here, shoot it there.
And Larry said, I'm going to get it right here, and I'm going to shoot it in your face. He hit it and looked at me and he was like, damn, I didn't mean to leave nothing on the clock.
And they did exactly. And it had nothing to do with the play call. Right. Like our coach would call timeout and we're going to do this. And we walk on the court and Bird just looks at me and goes, no, give me the ball right there. And then he does what he told McDaniel he was going to do.
And Bird's subtle trash talk, it didn't just target players, it reached everyone, even legends like Dr. J.
As you guys know, Dr. J, I mean, he's the nicest guy in the world. Definitely. But Larry had scored 35 on him halfway through the third quarter and was just jogging back down the court and said, man, you need to retire. And it was just like Dr. J lost his mind.
Oh, and a fight between Jay and Bird has broken out on the court.
What?
And Moses Malone takes Bird down. He's got him in a headlock.
And that's where that story had started. But my favorite trash talking by Larry, and Kevin was a pretty good trash talker too, but Larry was when they trash talk coaches, like when they trash talk Hubie Brown. And they're sitting there playing in Madison Square Garden, and he's just going taking the ball out of bounds in front of their bench, so the whole bench can hear him. Right. And go Hubie, this all you got for me tonight? You got no one else that can guard me? This is getting ridiculous, and then Hubie would put in Johnny Newman would be running in the game. He goes, wait, are you serious? That's the guy you're putting on me? But it was those subtle things that he said that were just, they were so funny, but we loved it. Even the other bench, even Hubie's team in New York is laughing.
Yeah. Bird's trash talk wasn't just cutting, it was comedy gold.
Chuck works for me in the summer. He mows my yard. I see him every day.
It wasn't just Bird's teammates or opponents from his era who were in awe of him. Even Kobe Bryant, a student of the game and one of the most relentless learners in NBA history, was left scratching his head trying to figure out Bird's greatness. In an interview, Kobe admitted how mind-boggling it was to watch Bird dominate.
Because I asked a lot of questions. Playing with Byron Scott, I asked him a lot of questions. Eddie Jones, who was great at chasing guards off the screens, and I didn't understand how to do that. I would sit with him before practice, after practice. Magic, James Worthy, Kurt Rambis, Kareem Abdul, all the Laker greats. I would always sit down and just ask them questions about certain games that I studied growing up. What actually happened there? What did you feel there? Why? Bird tough to defend. Why? Because you look slow as shit to me. So I'm missing something. So tell me what I'm missing. You know what I mean? And so I would always ask questions and try to learn as much as I could. Right? No? a different generation. You guys probably never even seen Larry Bird play, which is
just
how
not
many have seen Larry Bird play?
Hey, everybody's seen Larry Bird play.
That's not a high enough percentage. We got some work to do.
To the untrained eye, it didn't make sense how this slow guy could dominate an entire league. But to Kobe and anyone who played against him, it was clear. Bird's skill, IQ, and competitive fire were unmatched. Then there's the legendary 1985 game against the Atlanta Hawks, where Bird delivered a career-high 60 points. This wasn't just another great performance, it was a masterpiece. Bird went 22 for 36 from the field, hit 15 of 16 free throws, and even dished out 7 assists for good measure. The Hawks bench couldn't hide their reactions. They were literally laughing and shaking their heads at how unstoppable Bird was. Even LeBron James, decades later, couldn't ignore it. LeBron shared a clip from the game on social media, captioning it,
Dennis Johnson, a lead for Bird. They want him to keep scoring too. Bird takes the jumper and hits it again. Bird has 54. Outright. There's Bird. Bird, 14 seconds, he got fouled. He hit the shot.
4-point play.
And Bird falls into Joe O'Toole.
When you've got the king hyping your game years after the fact, you know you've done something extraordinary. But for all the trash talk and mental warfare, Larry Bird was also the ultimate teammate. According to Celtics legend Robert Parrish, Bird pushed everyone around him to be better. Parrish described Bird as the perfect combination of support and accountability. But there was one thing Bird never turned off: his trash talk. Whether it was aimed at opponents, coaches, or even his own teammates in practice, Bird's sharp tongue was always in full effect.
The gentleman you just talked about, Larry Bird.
Oh shit, that's the man. Shit, he's like your Magic, your Kareem. You know, that once in a lifetime player, franchise changing player. That's the category that Larry was in. And not to mention, I like the way he led us as a team. He wasn't in your face, you know, that talking trash to you. He led by example. No matter how poorly you were playing Coop, he never got on you. Only thing he would say to you, you know, try to pick it up if you can. You know, you had one of them nights when things just not going your way. He always spoke, you know, with encouragement. He never tried to put players down. And I always respected that about Larry.
He wasn't a trash talker?
Oh, to other players.
Okay.
Oh my
Bob, give us a
goodness.
couple of stories of him talking trash.
I was gonna say,
oh my goodness. One thing you got to give Larry Bird, he could be red hot or ice cold. He never stopped talking trash. Ever.
I got one, Coop.
Great story. Playing the Phoenix Suns, and their main man was Tom Chambers. And Chambers was guarding Larry.
Larry Bird with a left-handed hook. Watch how he comes up on the other side. Two-handed. Nailed the rebound to Bird. Nice. Back to Paris. Nice. Pick and roll. Hornacek had it. Lost it.
And so in the jump ball circle, Larry walked through myself and Chambers, and then came back and told Chambers, I know you guarding me, and I want you to know something. There's only one man that can guard me, and that's God. Now think about that for a second. Think about the confidence and the arrogance it takes to make that statement. Think about that for a second.
Hey, Rob, let me ask you this one. There's a story going around where Casey Jones was drawing up a play, and you guys were all in the huddle, and I guess he was having a hard time saying it. Larry told him, hey, give me the ball, and the rest of you guys get the hell out the way. Is that true?
The story behind that, Kevin was the one that had the hot hand. But as we all know, Larry's the man, and that's Larry's team. So Larry should take the first shot. But KC was torn between drawing up something for Kevin because he had the hot hand and not offending Larry. So Larry just took the F over. Draw up a play for me and give me the ball and get out of my way. And that was the end of the X and O's.
But that's what made Bird so great. He didn't just talk the talk. he backed it up every single time. When a legend like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tips his hat to you, you know you've left your mark. Kareem, a fierce Lakers competitor and one of the greatest of all time, recalled a game during Bird's first championship season that was so unforgettable, the sportscaster ended the broadcast with the Superman theme song.
I remember the game he played against the Lakers the first year that the Celtics won the World Championship with him on the team. And he was ridiculous. He came on here. I remember our sportscaster played the Superman theme when he was talking about him that night after the game, because he did everything: points, rebounds, assists, just steals, you name it. Larry has such a great mind for the game, and a great touch. I had a lot of respect for him as a competitor.
And then there's this gem from Michael Jordan himself. Larry Bird is the greatest trash talker and mind game player of all time. He taught me everything I know about getting in folks' heads. Coming from MJ, the ultimate competitor, that's about as high a compliment as it gets. Bird wasn't just out there scoring and rebounding, he was living rent-free in everyone's minds. Larry's legendary aura extended far beyond his playing days. Just ask Reggie Miller, who had the surreal experience of playing for Bird when Larry coached the Pacers. Reggie shared a wild story that captures Bird's unfiltered personality.
Playing for Larry Bird was incredible. One of the all-time greats, one of our heroes that we watched and competed against, and a brilliant basketball mind. But you remember the story when we for some reason, we were in the layup line, and Reg and I, as the captains of the team, we had, I don't remember what we had to go back.
People are not going to believe this.
I don't remember what we had to go back and talk to Larry Bird about before the game. 20 seconds on the clock, we're getting layups. Reg and I jog off the court, go into the back. And what do you take it from there?
So Jack and I, we go back into the locker room and we're like, where's Coach? Where's Coach Bird? And they're like, oh, he's in his office. We go to his office. He's not in his office. We're like, the trainers are back there. We're like, hurry up. We got to get back out to the court. Like, where is he? And then, you know what? It even might have been, God rest his soul, Slick. Looks like, go check the shower. So we head back to the shower because, we had to ask him this question, before we got out there. We go around the corner. Larry Legend sitting in a chair. He's got a pack of Newports. Just smoking away. Oh, what you guys need? We're like, we're good, Coach. Don't worry about it. Right? We're good. We're good. He's like, all right, I'll see you guys out there in a few minutes. I look at Jack. Jack looks at me. He's like, is Larry in there smoking a Newport? Right? We're like, this is Larry Legend. Did y'all ever bring it up to him? No.
And it's documented the worst first half that a starting backcourt has had.
Oh my God. I couldn't make a shot.
We were mentally gone. Our hero, what we just witnessed affected us.
Now, mind you, remember now.
Larry Bird wasn't just a player. He was a walking, talking, trash-talking masterpiece. Whether it was Kareem hearing the Superman theme, Jordan learning mind games from the best, or Reggie Miller still recovering from Bird's Newport-fueled coolness, Larry didn't just play the game, he owned it. And here's the wild part. These stories are just the tip of the iceberg. Bird's impact runs so deep that every player, coach, and rival has a story about the man who could outthink, outtalk, and outplay anyone who dared to challenge him. But here's the kicker. These are just some of the stories. There's an entire treasure chest of moments that prove Larry Legend wasn't just a name, it was a warning. If you think this was wild, wait until you hear the stories of NBA legends facing Bird for the very first time. Trust me, it's even crazier. So go ahead, hit play on this next video. NBA legends share the first time they faced Larry Bird. Go ahead, click play, and let Larry Legend take you to school one more time. See you on the other side.
No, that's dope. We made it to the end. Man. Oh, man, these stories are crazy. They're going to go on forever and ever. Larry Legend, man. Larry Legend. Hey, it's beautiful to watch, man. This series opened my eyes on this. Oh, my God. No words could describe how I feel about Larry Bird right now as a basketball player, as a person. Like, his leadership always led by example. It was always a mental game that he plays with his opponents and his teammates. Everybody can get his trash talk. He's gonna give you the play, and he's gonna do. Oh man, gonna tell you what the play is gonna be, and he's still gonna execute it. He's gonna tell you what he's gonna do on the court, where he's gonna shoot it from, and do it. That's a bad man. That's a bad man. Oh man, Larry. He's number one on my list. His play style, his mentality, how he played the game is how you're. I'm not gonna say it's how you're supposed to play the game, but being an all-around player has so much benefits versus being one-dimensional. That's just my opinion. Man, this is good. Hey, hit that like button on your way out. I'll catch you guys on the next reaction. Thank you.